Happy New Year, YouTube. This is Setsunatan here, and today we're going to be bringing you your stall deck of the day for our deck of the day. Today's stall deck of the day is the Heroburn OTK. The Heroburn OTK is easily achieved by using Chain Material and Fusion Gate. The loop that you need to use is special summoning Elemental Hero Electrum using its effect to return the banished monsters back to the deck, special summon another Elemental Hero Electrum, and then use its effect to return the same monsters to the deck again and exceed into Super Dreadnought Gustav Max. And then you will then proceed to use Gustav Max's effect to damage your opponent for 2,000 life points. And then you will fusion summon by using Gustav Max and Elemental Hero Heat, preferably, as materials for Blazing Phoenix the Bombardment Bird. Now, if Phoenix is used late game, then it will inflict a great amount of damage, easily somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 points of damage with one effect. Now, my personal use for this is by using Hope for Escape Draw, the Hope for Escape Draw engine, in order to quickly draw through my deck and get the cards that I need, the Chain Material and the Fusion Gate. I prefer to have 2 Fusion Gates in my hand before I pull off this combo, because one easy way to stop this combo is by using an MST against the Fusion Gate that completely shuts it down. Another way to stop this combo is to use an effect Veiler on the third and final Electrum. If you use Max C, then they will just simply use the Max C challenge. They'll take the Max C challenge and just deck you out and end turn, and then they'll still win. The only way to stop this deck is to negate the third and final Electrum. Now, you have to remember that using a Solemn Warning against a fusion deck of this type will not work, because the fusion summon happens because it's happening because of an already active effect. In this case, it would be Fusion Gate. The only way to stop summon would be to compulse or bottomless a summon, which would be completely pointless because in this case it's an OTK, which means they'll just summon out another Electrum if you bottomless trapple the Electrum and return that Electrum and repeat the process all over again. Now, the loop that I was talking about, I prefer in my situation to use Sky Palace Gongradal to clear out back row in order to get through my opponent. It also inflicts 1,000 points of damage and is an easy way to loop into an Elemental Hero in your extra deck in order to continue blowing up their back row to see if they have any responses. If they have any responses, they're going to use it in response to Gongrel rather than your actual OTK, and it can easily and seamlessly fit into the OTK because of the fact that it does burn damage as well, at the same time as destroying key cards on your opponent's side of the field. And in that case, if they do decide to negate Gongrel, then it's no big deal. You just exceed summon, you fusion summon into Elemental Hero Tornado, the Great Tornado, and half the attack of all of their monsters, which really isn't key to this OTK in the first place, but still, it gives you a way to loop out Gongrel and get right back on track to clearing out their back row and going for the Gustav Max Phoenix OTK, which loops repetitively until you win. Because the loop goes: summon an Electrum by banishing Elemental Hero Avian, Burstentrix, Bubbleman, and Clayman, return them to the deck with Electrum's effect, and then special summon another Electrum, return them again, exceed into Gustav, burn them for 2000, fusion summon into Phoenix, burn them for about 27 to 2000 points of damage, depending on how many cards that are on the field at the time, including itself, because the damage from Phoenix is 300 times the number of cards on the field. And then you loop them out. I prefer in my deck to use Swift Scarecrow as the machine component if I need to for Phoenix's summon, or Gustav itself. Swift Scarecrow provides an excellent blocker, and the Hope for Escape engine provides excellent draw power, and it will get you all your cards. And since it doesn't matter how many life points you lose, as long as you have 3,000 life points left, and it doesn't matter how many life points your opponent has, or how many life points your opponent you give your opponent, so long as you can pull off the OTK, you will win. Now, the OTK that I was using at this time, I didn't need to use the Sky Palace, so I just simply went for the Gustav OTK, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, but it will be a difficult games 2 and 3 if you do decide to play this deck. I would recommend only running this deck for singles, just to have some fun. Because, as I said before, the deck can be easily stopped because you're using monsters of multiple attributes. So if they were to use something like, say, a Gozen match, then you would be susceptible to that as well. Gozen match would automatically take Electrum off the field due to the ruling that it's a multi-attribute monster all in one. So you wouldn't be able to hold on to an Electrum with a Gozen match face up on the field. That is another one of the key weaknesses to this deck. Another one of the weaknesses to this deck that not many people seem to realize is, of course, you can use Gozen match. Of course, you can use a Royal Decree in order to take out the traps, but in my honest opinion, the easiest way to take out this deck is to MST or Valor, the third Electrum, or the Fusion Gate in this case. And it also involves a great deal of luck, and as you can currently see, that once the OTK is successfully pulled off, you will win. Well, see you guys next time on YouTube because this is the final part of the loop. He's about to lose and admit defeat. Happy New Year's, everybody on YouTube.